So hopefully by now, gang, you know we're in the Europa League final, but I've taken a gamble, a big gamble, that I'm not sure will pay off. Welcome to Glory Hunter. Folks, welcome to Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjyFM. It's good to see you. Europa League final day against AC Milan, and we sort of know that no matter what, because we've qualified next season, we'll probably be here next year. Probably being the key word. I have made a signing that is outrageous and dangerous. So we've concluded our La Liga campaign, 38 games played, 6th place finish. We sort of talked about it last time. We couldn't really finish any higher than 5th with Sevilla, and the way in which we rounded off the season was actually quite impressive. Winning against Betis, a 3-2 win in that one. Vallecano was a 1-1, obviously not great, and a 1-1 against Real Sociedad, which on the surface of things, not too bad before this Europa League final. But yeah, I've teased it twice now. You want to know who he is and how it's happened, and if you're on Twitter, you may well have seen it already, but you may not have believed it until now. Our transfer budget has gone from 43 million to 40 million. We've made a move. Now, my German brethren will tell me if I'm saying this correctly, but Philip Gabb at 19 is hello. He's probably better than Diego. He's probably better than Victor Hugo. He's probably better than Diallo. And I've bought him for £73 million. 40 up front, 33 over the course of a 3 instalment period. And at 19, this guy's pretty special. Not very often do you see a scout summary of 100. But this guy's basically got it all. Has fired in goals in the Bundesliga this season, and has actually done it now twice, but previously has done it in the second tier of Germany. But, I mean, goodness me. I've spent the budgets on him. I've blown the bank, and he's going to be an interesting character next year. And the interesting factor of this, right, you can spend all this money in the world, and maybe he's even better as a playmaker in behind. Who knows, viewers, at this point. I reckon he can play advanced forward pretty well, but he can also play advanced playmaker pretty well as well. So we'll figure out what to do with him next season. He's basically Chris Tull 2.0, but yeah, Valencia have acquired one of the best young prospects in world football. The fact he was at Cologne, massive help to us. Philip Gabb, almost certainly not said Gabb. But is he a gift of the Gabb? We'll find out, won't we? Now, we're playing Milan in 10 days, and what I thought I'd do is talk through the way our season's gone while we do that. And we'll talk first about Diallo, whose goal-scoring record this season, 26 in 34, 39 in 49 starts, 9 goals in the Europa League competitions, has been exceptional. Of course, he's on loan. Part of my decision, as Emdal gets a wage increase, part of my decision to bring in Gabb is because, and we'll call him Gabb for today, although that may change in the future, is because Diallo is wanted back by Leipzig, and I think they've seen what he's done this season. I don't necessarily know how Victor Hugo's got on, of course, a player we're familiar with. Last time out, I know Chris Tull's had a very good season, but they've probably looked at Diallo's season and gone, blimey, we should be probably playing him a little bit more, getting him involved. If there's an option to loan him again, viewers, you already know I'm going to be taking them up on that option. But I basically concluded that we can't not have a striker that good. And sure, we may well sell some people. Zeno is Zeno. So we'll have to see what we do with him. There's going to be some manoeuvring, of course there is. There's going to be players that leave, there's going to be players that come in. Our budget right now is £2 million for the rest of the summer because I've blown the bank on one of the best strikers in Europe. But for a team like us, for a team like Valencia, to go for a player like that, I feel like it's a smart move. And again, whether we win the Europa League final today or not, of course, we don't know how it's going to go. We give ourselves a good chance next year regardless. We know we're in that competition. And unless we win this, but then again, I guess it doesn't matter at that point. We're in the Champions League and the players we can bring in will be slightly better. Okay, Ben, you're thinking. I've basically brought in an incredible insurance policy that might actually help us do better in the league next season. That's the logic behind the move. Imagine getting Diallo in, and then you play 2 up front, though, viewers. That's what we're thinking. Oh, now we're thinking. The diamond is back, viewers. Get Zeno out. You know, what could happen? Emdal can't believe this. Can't believe what he's bloody hearing, viewers. Can't believe what he's hearing. So let me know, though. Philip Gabb, what do you think of him? Excited? I know I am. Valencia B have just beaten Real Oviedo there. I mean, handedly. In the Spanish second division, Valencia B look like they might go down. So that's confidence building, isn't it? I assume they can go down, right? That must be a thing. Maybe just put Zeno in that team, see how he does. But Milan coming up, of course, as a former Inter Milan manager, they're a natural rival to me as a manager, as I've just realised I've got to do my England squad. Over the weekend, gang, we will do the European Championships, and I've got to figure out who I'm taking. This happens every time, viewers. It's just a very stressful time for me to have to deal with this. Okay, looking through this, some big moves. I'm leaving out Phil Foden. I'm leaving out Neil Brock, of all people, viewers. Brocky. I I don't know, do I take Frankie? I guess I do. It's very, very tough. Of course, some of these players will be on the reserve list. Steve Ashley is the difficult one to leave out, as is Phil Foden. But with the likes of Chris Turlin there, I think we'll be all right. For some of these boys, Trent Alexander-Arnold, maybe even Max Aarons, few of the real-life players, that'll be their last chance. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting tournament. And international tournament so far have been a massive disappointment. So hopefully my England boys can do the business. One of the favourites going in, so we've got a chance. I tell you what, to have Phil Foden as sort of like, if anyone gets injured, Phil Foden comes in. It's not bad, that. It's not bad. People forget as well, Phil Foden, big part of that first season we had. So it hurts to leave him out. It does hurt. Maybe he's the difference. And I've just left him out. Too late for this sort of analysis, Ben. All right, European final. Our first since, ironically, that first season with Phil Foden. So, there's a lot on the line as I continue through. I'm getting more and more nervous. I realise I'm doing so as England manager, which is making life more stressful. Here we go then. Neutral venue. I don't actually know where it is, viewers. Where are we playing this final? I'd like to think it's in Spain, because then the travel is slightly less. All right then, we are in Levski Sofia. Okay. I've not been to Bulgaria for a while, viewers, so this should be exciting. All right, then we know that Milan are a very good side. They seem to be the favourites. Let's run you through the team then for this Europa League final. Can we tick it off the list? This is the big moment for us. As team-wise, we rotated things around in that last game of the season. I thought I'd keep people fresh. So bringing in a lot of the big names as we get lots of different spots on the bench as well. Everyone gets a space at this rate, viewers, which is nice to see. As I want to say everyone, not everyone. Shelton, of course, comes with a few people there panicking that Shelton wasn't in the team. Velez, of course, comes in as well as Aquino. And I think that's how we're going to look then. In goal then will be the main man, Rios, Vargas at right back, Sanchez at left back, Shelton and Velez. It's a final, boss! I've not been in a final before! Honestly, Shelton, I can't remember if you have or not, but you obviously can't remember. You sound a little bit hoarse then, Shelton. Oh, I've been doing a lot of shouting, boss. I can believe it. I can believe it. Gutierrez and Aquino in the midfield then. Omar ahead of them. Diallo up front. Zeno, Mdal either side. And in fact, with Mdal, let's make him that inside forward on attack and see if Milan can handle it. It's going to be an interesting game, and I'm nervous. We look into Diallo. Our recent form, some of the boys recently, not been putting in their best performances. So let's see, can they step it up for a Europa League final? I bloody hope so. There they are then, playing the 4-3-1-2 with Morgan Rogers up front, who has not made my England side, it must be said, with Hataren in behind. As a massive seagull just flew past my window. That was horrifying. Manetti up front is a very talented striker, but again, still a little bit raw. Even that's not raw at all. 26, he's garbage, viewers. I'll say what you see, Ben. He'll probably score 3 against me here. They've someone here who's very good, and I can't remember who. I'm looking through their 11. Have they got an injury to someone? I know that Ciccarelli left them, so he's no longer there, but we've got to investigate this. I'm looking through. Nobody's injured. Who am I thinking of? Is Avalos at the back for them? Is he on the bench? Okay, in my opinion, one of their best players, Gonzalo Avalos, is not featuring for them, playing at right back. Usually, just isn't featured. Okay, yeah, good. Who's at right back then? Who's this guy? He's quite good as well. I've got to say, I've just had a flick through this Milan side, viewers. I'm not that worried. I'm not that worried. That might be foolish, and we're about to find out, aren't we? I don't think they're that good. For a side that have knocked out some big guns in this tournament, I'm confident. All right, then, here we go. I think, you know what, it's a final, Ben. Put it back into to 3D. Come on, let's see this take shape then. As they're right back very quickly. He's got an injury, viewers, so we might well see both of them now. All right, then, we are, of course, in our famous white and black. They are in the red and black of Milan gone by. I mean, always red and black, isn't it? It's AC Milan, Ben, for heaven's sake. Aquino on the ball, though. As can these boys pull off the Europa League? It's been very, very difficult so far for us to get this trophy as Zeno goes close very, very early on. It's plagued me throughout the seasons that we've played in this tournament, but I've got to say, if we can knock this out of the park, then it makes the run through, especially with club football, a little bit easier. The Liga, we need to sort it out, of course, as will the Spanish Cup, and then France will need to be done as well. Germany, Italy, England, ticked off the sheet, and then we focus on the internationals. We focus on La Liga first and foremost, and then some way, somehow, we the best PSG, or we go there. So that's going to be exciting. But this first half, gang, I've got to say, it's been very, very mute. Nothing really going on, as 50-50 is the possession, and the chances, really, you'd say there, we've had more, but they've had more on target. Very, very even. Shelton and Vargas both on bookings. Now, what do you say? I think the calm approach is the way to go. I'm going to say... Blimey, I'm going to say, let's give the fans a good performance despite the odds being against us, and then give them a passionate sort of, come on, I've got faith in you here, come on, we can do this. I think we play the underdog role quite well, especially in some of those bigger games where we've played the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid. We've fought well in those. As Milan, we've got a couple of bookings. They've got a couple of players with knocks, and fitness-wise, we seem to have the best of them. And I've got to say, if we lose this gang, of course, we'll be back again next season, but I fancy our chances a little bit here, and maybe I should stop saying that, as AC Milan are on the ball and they are racing forward with it, and it's going to be our job to stop them and maybe put a counter in of our own. A little bit of nice, neat possession. We'll zoom out a little bit so we can see things a little clearer. That's Milan in here, just biding their time. We know that Morgan Rogers up front for them, very, very dangerous, but we also know if we win the ball back in these scenarios, Diallo in behind is a danger. As they come down this left-hand side, we're going to have to defend this. The ball's played in, Morgan Rogers headed down, and it's gone wide. I thought it was in. That was a little bit horrifying, as some of these boys not playing great. Look, of course I'm going to do this. Zeno off. Where is he? Bogdanovic on. I don't care if he's not really fit for this. I mean, Zeno is just not my guy. Anyway, Omo's off as Sanchez is running forward, and I mean, this is now a minute for it. Dribbles around that man. Beautiful stuff from Sanchez on that side. This is a mesmeric run as he's been pulled down. Referee, he's going to consult VAR. He's been told, surely, it's a penalty kick, viewers. Oh, okay, massive for us. Who's stepping up? Aquino. Surely this has got to be it. 62 minutes gone in the final, and a penalty scored. Come on, boys. We lead in the Europa League final. I can't believe we're doing this with Valencia. I mean, we've not won it yet. But you know what I want to talk about. We've not won it yet. Aquino, I mean, Sanchez deserves all the credit. The run down that side to be taken out. Come on. Flipping heck now. I think we just stay as we are. There's a free kick, though, for Milan. Atardon plays it in. They've equalised almost immediately. Flipping heck. 68 minutes gone. And it's level, and the drama in this game is not done. We've given him so much space, Romero, to just do whatever he wants. Diallo's on a 6.5. I'm looking at Brian on the bench, and I'm thinking, Brian, is this your moment, mate? But is Diallo the difference maker? He has been so far for us this season, especially in the Europa League. As the time ticks away, gang, things could get pretty interesting. As Shoughton, though, has got himself a chance to start something here. As Sanchez across to Aquino, the goal scorer, plays it out to Vargas now. He's been good all season. Can he get past his man, put a ball in? It's good defending, if anything. The clearance, though, not very good at all. As Sanchez, we've seen him do something once on that side. Will he do it again? Ball played across. We're there, are we? Not quite cleared away. But we head it back down, and Vargas now bringing it forward. 4 minutes left of normal time as it goes back towards Gutierrez, who finds a ball. Oh, nearly out to that left-hand side. Emdal was waiting for it. Diallo finds Emdal. Big chance. Oh, and he scored. Come on, boys. 2-1. Emdal with the goal. And it's Valencia 2, Milan 1. And is it time to do it, viewers? Against Milan, with 4 minutes to go, it may well be. That ball over the top wasn't quite there, but the next time we see it happen, it's perfect. Diallo's ball to Emdal. He's been a man that you've not seen too much of, but when it matters, steps up in the final. His 12th goal of the season. Pause. Do we go more defensive? I've got one more change left in me, but Anka could come on. I think maybe just pushing these wingers back and just trying to... I don't want to go too defensive. I don't want to invite so much pressure on us. But I think keeping a similar shape at the very least is what we need to do with a little bit more defensive mindset. We'll go cautious and just maybe try and play this out now. 3.5 minutes of normal time. As the clock, by the way, is rapidly going by here. 5 minutes of injury time. I'm going to demand more very late on. We've got 1.5 minutes to survive it. And another trophy is in the books, viewers. Europa League champions. Milan have been dealt with. I tell you what a performance. The Valencia boys, there's loads of them on that podium. We've won the Europa League, and I can tick off this terrible little trophy that's been giving me grief since season 1, I feel like. I know we won the Champions League, but I just knew as soon as that happened, I would have to drop down to win it. We went to a team that were in it. We didn't drop down out of the Champions League. We did it the hard way. Valencia 2. I'm so happy about this again. I love this. What a challenge Glory Hunter is. What a challenge. I'm so proud of it. I've got to say, congratulations, boys. Top stuff. We didn't see a goal out of Diallo, and Gab will be watching on, and I'm sure he's excited. Money in the bank for that. The fans are loving it. The medals are dished out. Brian gets one, and now it's time to talk about it. We saw it a few episodes ago. What would it... I mean, it's this game. That's the game. That's when I thought, we can do this. We can win this. Beating Chelsea, beating Milan. You cannot remove the smile from my face, viewers. Unbelievable. Just what a win. Just what a beautiful win. And to do it in the fashion that we've done it, if we just get rid of a few of these bits and bobs here, look, the run we went on to make this happen. Beating Utrecht, Kiev and Rosenborg in the early stages, it was quite simple. But then, all of a sudden, things got tougher. Chelsea, Schalke and Villarreal, beating a German rival from my time over there, beating a Spanish rival of closer to us, of course, and then Milan, an Inter Milan rival in the final. I couldn't have scripted it any better. Beautiful scenes. I mean, look at it. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, there we go then. Europa League ticked off. We're into the Champions League. It makes the players we can bring in next season now ever so slightly better, and financially we needed that prize money just to stay afloat, really. Of course, our transfer budgets next season will be altered a little bit, and hopefully as part of the Champions League now, even the board might think, do you know what, we need to give them a little bit more money if we can do. Maybe the sponsorship deals will be better, the commercial revenue, who knows. But that, my friends, is a story, and we will go in then to the Champions League. It says it there, ourselves, Sociedad, Atletico, Real Madrid and Barcelona, 5 Spanish teams, and we'll be in the mix. But of course, we know our target next season isn't to be 6th, isn't to be 5th, 4th, 3rd or 2nd. It's to be challenging those top 3, make it a top 4 and become the top 1. If you're excited to see the rest of that journey, please do drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel, and we love with care. Forgot to mention, until next time, after some of the disappointments I've been through, I am loving this. See you soon. Goodbye. Come on!